Harvest seasons can change substantially from one to the next, and Mike, sometimes it can be a real load, as we've learned talking with friends.
It certainly can, and that's one of the neat things about social media in this environment is we get updates and we hear about stories coming from other places in the world of agriculture.
Oh yes, we appreciate that constant contact with growers, especially during the harvest season, whether it's through the telephone or maybe out there riding in the cab with grower friends of ours, and sometimes through the social media too. And many folks have had the chance to watch the harvest of a farmer in Minnesota this year. Jana Malecek joins us from near Redwood Falls, Minnesota. The Malecek family's had a very different growing season this year. Jana, thanks for being on here with us to talk a little bit about your farm. First of all, where are you in harvest? How far along are you and how are your yields?
Harvest is going very well, shockingly. Where the yields are looking good this year, much better than expected. And we're about, I would say, 2/3 of the way done. And things are rolling right along. We're doing well.
Those winds of winter will be howling before long. You like to get that crop in, I would imagine, before you get too far into November, I assume.
Absolutely, yes. The time is now, and we're trying to beat the winter for sure.
In the corn and soybean fields on your farm, you miss a very good companion this year. You lost your husband, Kevin, back at the winter time, a victim of COVID. He was 51 years old, and you've carried on this season. It hasn't been easy, I would assume.
No, it has not been easy. It's been very challenging. Yes, I did lose my husband to COVID in January, and he was the farmer. And we are carrying on his legacy, and it has been a pleasure to carry on my husband's legacy and continue the farm. And yes, it has also been very challenging, but we are pushing forward, and it's very important to me to keep the farm going.
It was interesting to see comments about Kevin. One person said his sense of humor filled the room. He was a farmer through and through, I think was another comment, but he had a great sense of humor from what we gathered reading about him.
Yes, Kev was a funny guy, and everybody loved him. He did fill the room, both with just his personality and his humor. He was an amazing man, and everybody loved Kev.
You went into the fields in spring and you planted the crops there, and did you have help doing it? What was the rallying around you that might have taken place there? We often see that in rural communities, especially this time of the year at harvest. Did you have some folks step forward to help you?
Yes, we did. First of all, we had a very wonderful employee, Luke, who has been working with us for 7 years, and he was taken under Kev's wing, and he learned the farm, and he was able to, with the help of myself and a couple other local farmers, we were able to go forward, and I really owe it all to Luke, and yes, surrounding farmers as well who pitched in and helped us out. But yeah, it's amazing. The farming community is amazing, and they do really come together, and we've had the help that we need to keep going.
And harvest season as well?
And harvest season, yes, we have a great crew, my dad included. I have a brother-in-law on the crew. And yeah, we have the help we need for harvest as well.
Jana, what have you learned from this year that you might share with others who have lost a spouse or have a significant illness in the family right now, and perhaps they're contemplating maybe having to go down the path that you have had to walk this year? What would you say to them?
Well, I think the most important thing is to know why you want to keep doing this. And obviously farmers, farming is in their blood, and continuing on his legacy is the most important part for me. And I learned that Kev didn't leave a mess. He was very organized, and he had his ducks in a row, and without knowing, he left a farm that was pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but it made it a lot more manageable with the help of what Kev did setting up his farm over the years. And yes, going into an illness, there's no words. It was devastating and very difficult. And I just learned that I just have to keep going. I have to keep living, and the farm is really important to me.
So you're already planning for the 2023 season then?
Yes, yes, absolutely. The 2023 season is on, and we will continue to move forward.
Very good, Jana. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We wish you the best as you continue on through the harvest to get it all wrapped up, put away in the bin, and to put those plans in place for next year. We certainly appreciate you sharing your story with us, and we'll keep you folks in our thoughts and prayers going into the holiday season ahead of us here.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time today.
Well, I would imagine many folks could concur with Jana. Where would they be without their family and their friends through these very difficult times? And many would say, and our faith, too.
That's a good point. It truly takes a team when things get hard, Max.
We've seen pictures in recent days of many of those community harvests. It happens every week somewhere, and it doesn't always get the attention, but it's one of those things that always makes you say, wow, this isn't such a bad place to be after all.
Yeah.